What is going on, Hustle Nation? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Blockcreate and a whole bunch of things about this whole project. But before we get into that, I do want to mention again that I am currently doing a giveaway for one of these blocks. I have two of them. I'm giving one away for free. I will cover shipping and everything needed, okay? If you don't know about the giveaway already and you have not entered, make sure you stick around to the end of this video so you can see exactly how you can enter the giveaway so you can win one of these blocks for free. Which, by the way, these are like $250 now, so you're saving quite a bit of money there. So make sure you stick around to the end of this video, guys, and with that, let's jump into the video. Okay, so we're going to be talking about a couple different things here in this video. The first thing we're going to be talking about is the actual team structure, because we know that this is a gamified system and that soon here after the new year, Blockcreate will be releasing their team structures, meaning that you will be able to team up with other blocks on the blockchain and basically compete together against other teams. Then we're also going to talk about how legit is this actual project. Do I recommend you actually buy into this? Do you buy one of these? What's kind of the good reason for even buying one of these? And then lastly, we will go over the giveaway rules, so make sure you stick around to the end for that. First, let's talk about teams, because everybody really wants to know how this is going to work. Now, after reading through the white paper quite a bit and communicating with the team over at Blockcreate, I think I have kind of somewhat at least broken this down into a more simple way to understand this, because when you look through the white paper, it's just a bunch of freaking equations. And let's be honest, if you're out of high school or college or just not in school at all, you look at those equations and you say, absolutely not. I am not going to understand that because it's confusing. And I didn't understand it myself, so I had to communicate with the team at Blockcreate. But let's get into how the team structures actually work. So I have this all written down again so I don't really mess anything up. So pardon me, if I'm looking up and down and you don't worry about it. Anyways, teams can be any size, okay? So your team can be 3 people, 4 people, 5 people, 18, 80 people, 150 people. It can be whatever size you want it to be. However, the catch is for every 16 blocks on your team, one block has to be staked. So if you have 16 people, one of those blocks has to be staked. If you have 32 people, 2 blocks have to be staked. Now, what does that exactly mean, right? Does a staked block still give rewards? Does it still participate, So let's go over what a staked block actually does, okay? So the staked block does still earn rewards, but it should be chosen carefully because the staked block can share its charges with its team, but its power becomes null. Now, what does that mean? That just kind of sounds like a bunch of hot words there, right? So each block is assigned a certain power value and also gets a charge ratio. Now, the power value does not change, I believe, but I think your charge powers can change over time, over different attacks and competitions. I think you can earn or get more charges. That wasn't extremely clear. However, we know that the higher power number you have, the more powerful your block is, right? And you can actually look up which block you have on the Blockcreate Explorer page here and figure out your power. So let's say this block has a power level of 115. But like I said, if you were to stake this block right here, the power would become null. And power does have a significant impact on what your block is able to do in competitions, right? Because it's just like any normal video game, right? If you have a character that's power level is 115 versus a character whose power level is only 99, who do you think is going to be more likely to win that competition, right? Probably the 115 power level. So if you're on a team, you don't just want to go and stake your most powerful block, right? If you have a 115 power block and that's your most powerful one, if you stake that, your power becomes null. And how this will somewhat work is basically the team who has the most powerful blocks on it is going to have a significant advantage on winning competitions against other teams. Now, it does get a little bit more complex than that, but that is kind of the basic idea there. We're not completely sure exactly how it's going to work with these because there are no actual teams out there made yet, because it hasn't been released completely. But we can pretty much assume that if you have a team who has a bunch of blocks over 115 power, right, or over 110 power, wherever, you have a crazy mega powerful team versus a team that has blocks all under like 95 power, probably that higher power team is going to end up winning. Now, like I said, there are a few different things that are going to change that. However, let's get back to it though. I'm kind of rambling here. So when you stake one of those blocks, its power becomes null, but it is able to share its charge with the team. Now, charges are just basically unique abilities. Think of them as kind of just power-ups for like your character in a video game, right? Like a strength power-up is going to obviously add power points to your character. And that is exactly how that works here in the Blockcreate game as well. If you have a strength charge power-up, what you are able to do is that adds +1 power to your block. So if you have 110, you have a strength power-up, that adds +1 power to your block, changing your block's power from 110 to 111. And like I was saying just a couple couple seconds ago, a staked block is able to share its charge with the rest of the team. Meaning if a staked block has the strength charge, then every block on that team gets a +1 power up. So they all move up by +1 power. So you can kind of see here how it kind of is a little bit of a strategic thing here, right? Because you don't want to stake your most powerful block, but you want to stake a block that has a good charge because they share that with the team. So you might end up having to sacrifice, but it will take a little bit of strategy there, figuring out which block will be the best one to stake for your team. Now let's talk about how team rewards actually work. Does everybody split it? Does the team leader decide who gets what, right? So how this works is that team leaders can set a fee for rewards and take however much they want. And then the rest remaining after that is split between other blocks based on power. Meaning that the more powerful blocks on the team will receive the larger chunk of rewards than the less powerful blocks. But remember though, if you are a less powerful block and you're not making that much anyways, you are going to actually benefit from being on a team, right? So a bad block can actually make more than an average team, and a really great block who already has like, maybe a really high power and on a really good blockchain should probably just mine solo because they're actually going to make more, as the rewards won't be split between however many people are on their team already. However, let's really quick go back and talk about the team leaders. So you want to make sure you get on a good team though, because your team leader can set a fee, like I said, a percentage fee on the rewards that your team is earning, right? So your team leader can say that they want 16%, 30%, 40%, 15%, and you can't do anything about that if you're on the team. The team leader can take as much as they want to, as much as they see fit. So you definitely want to make sure you're on the team where your team leader is not screwing everyone over, only leaving everyone else on the team to get split between, only 10% of the rewards. So that is at least a small gist of how the team structuring is going to work. As far as gameplay and actual competing against each other, it does get kind of murky just because the white paper is super confusing with these really complex, weird equations. And we're not exactly sure how it is going to work because there are no teams out there yet for us to base anything off of or learn off of. So it's kind of just all up in the air still at this moment. Okay, now let's talk about the actual legitimacy of this project. Now, do I think, in my honest opinion, this is going to last more than 2 or 3 years? I'm kind of on the fence about it, to be honest with you, right? This project is it's a little bit because I'm just looking at their roadmap here and they don't really have anything solid, right? There's nothing here announced yet that would give these blocks any kind of utility used to make them actually valuable, right? To make your block tokens actually valuable. This is definitely nothing like, a where element here for Planet Watch, right? There's nothing like Planet Watch or, with the Atmo Tube or my Helium Miner here that all have real world impact, right? Planet Watch, you're monitoring air quality, which that air quality data is then sent and can be sold to help improve air quality or for scientific studies, yada, yada, yada. Helium miners here, you're building IoT network, right? For IoT devices. This has real world impact and you are rewarded for those real world impact miners and the value of your cryptocurrency actually going up. Now for me, when I look at Blockcreate here, I wonder what is actually going to increase the value of blocks, right? Because there is nothing so far that has real world value like a Helium miner or Planet Watch sensors, right? And so I think you buy into this project almost not as a real legitimate risk assessed investment to add to your portfolio of crypto mining. I think you buy into this because of the hype. And let me explain myself. I think you buy into this because we are so extremely early to this project. I haven't really seen any other YouTubers talking about it besides me, Fonz, Fines, and Nerdy Dude stuff. Make sure you go check out their videos. They have some pretty good ones about the whole subject as well. But I don't think you buy into this project as maybe a legitimate investment. I think you buy into this as one of those risky investments that could pay off because people are going to pile into it following the hype train. And I think right now that hype train has not even left the station yet. I don't even think that many people even know about what this is or even know anything about this so far. So if you are here right now, I think you are still more than early enough to catch the train before it leaves the station. Now, before this train leaves the station though, you might want to get on because after it leaves the station, it will be a lot harder for me to actually recommend you buy one of these. But right now, I think for the price, $250, if you're only making, $3 a day, you make your money back within 4 or 5 months. Now, you might be even luckier and making like $10, $15 a day, and you make your money back within the first month. However, worst case scenario, it's like 4 or 5 months, you make your money back, whatever, no big deal. account. So right now, the only reason I can see the price of blocks actually increasing, and I'm just because I'm looking at the roadmap here, they don't have anything legit really going on besides just the game. So the only reason I think the price of blocks increases is because of people following it for the hype. And right now, I think that honestly is the only reason. But if that is reason enough for you, then this is definitely the time to get in and start getting your block mining, because block tokens right now are only worth like pennies on the dime. And you know, if this gets enough hype, it could probably 2x, 5x, 10x your investment, just because all the hype is finally piling in. So at the end of the day here, guys, if you got $250 lying around that you just want to dump on something just for the fun of it, I do think the actual game aspect of this might be a little bit fun, at least when it comes out. But I think, like I said, you buy into this right now before the hype train leaves the station, right? It's the same thing, guys, with getting into all those crazy cryptocurrencies like Snowdog or Shiba or Doge, right? You get in at the ground floor before the hype has left the station. Once the hype kicks in, guys, you cash out your initial investment, pull out whatever you want to pull out, and then just let the rest ride. Let it go for a while. Once you have your money back out, I mean, you're risk-free in that investment. And that's what I do with all my investments here. With any miner I buy, my SenseCap Helium miner, my 2 Planet Watch sensors, as soon as I make my initial investment, I pull that money back out, pull it off the table, because I can then use that same money to go buy different things like these blocks, right? Or different crypto miners or different crypto projects. So that is my opinion on if you should actually buy into one of these. I think if you're one of those people who have a little bit more of a riskier side, you don't mind losing the $250 if it really came down to it, and you are one of those people who doesn't mind losing the $250, then this is definitely the project for you, because I think this does have a lot of potential, at least in the area of being able to generate a lot of hype. But I think that hype train probably leaves the station around end of January, early February, when they release the new aspects of the game, like launching the teams or whatnot. I think that is probably when the hype station leaves. And I mean, all of their drops have been selling out recently, so I definitely think the hype is building up, so you better get on before the train leaves the station. So thanks for watching this video, everyone. I know it's kind of a little bit of a confusing one, but this is a confusing project. It just barely launched. The white paper is super confusing to read, and we still don't know exactly how everything is going to work because not everything is actually released yet, right? So if you want to know though how to win one of these blocks, the giveaway rules are pretty simple. You need to go back to my last video I made about Blockcreate, drop a like on that video, drop a comment down below on that video. You obviously have to be subscribed to the channel, so make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you want some better luck and you are seeing this video, like this video as well. Although I won't require you to comment, but let's say if you comment on this video as well, you'll get a double entry if you already commented on the last one, right? And also, if you join the Discord server, a link to that down in the description below, you will also get a double entry. So let's go over those one more time. Go check out my last Blockcreate video. I'll link that down in the description below. Drop a like on that video, comment anything down below on that video, come back to this video, like this video, comment down below for a double entry, be subscribed, join the Discord for another double entry. And with all of that said, guys, thanks for watching this video. Good luck on the giveaway. I hope you are the lucky one watching this. May the odds be in your favor. And with that said, I'll catch you on the next one.